What's going on, guys? Evan here, and welcome to the channel, The Skills Library. Our goal in this channel is to provide you with the best information, skills, and strategy that you can use to thrive in the online marketing space, especially these days where genuine and real information is hard to find. And we do this by interviewing different people who have really went from nothing to learning a skills and use it to achieve high level of success in their life in many ways. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you will know anytime that we upload a new video. So today we have an amazing person, and his name is Jeffrey Bannock. And Jeffrey did not just make money online, but so far he have done over $50 million online. And today we're going to pick his brain. He's going to take us back from where he started and share with us exactly what he did that helped him get to this level. I'm very sure that this is going to be a great conversation. And I highly recommend you to pay close attention and make sure that you're taking notes step by step. Because if you're listening very well, you will learn from his journey, from his mistake, and then from other things that help him achieve success so that you too can use it to achieve high level of success in your own life, because success live close, and the best way to learn is to listen to people who have actually done it. So right now, let's get into this. Jeff, I'm so excited to have you here in the show.
Thanks.
All right. So when people say they made $20 million, I just kind of I say, okay, cool. This is possible, but I don't know how to do it. And when it comes on your own, you have done over $50 million. So how did you do that?
Man, it's been a long journey. It's been since 2017, roughly 2016 we started. And I think it's just becoming really good at one thing. I mean, being able to make funnels, funnel ecosystems, really focusing in on that one thing and staying and being good at that, and figuring out how to leverage it and understand the customer so that I'm able to make the most sales. I mean, on the simplest thing, it's just that that was it, man. I just became really good at marketing and in sales funnels. So
Perfect, perfect. And the thing is that I understand, like, this just this first answer that you gave us right now is so like, I think this is exactly what people need to hear. Like the first thing you say right now, I have been watching so many interview where people are getting asked what is the thing, but they're kind of like be talking different thing, but you went straight to the point and tell people to just focus on one thing. Okay.
yeah,
So, and I understand that it's really difficult to kind of like, especially for beginners, to focus on one thing. Like even till now, I still do different things. So, it's very, very difficult to focus on one thing. So how did you manage to kind of like find yourself? Because I know uh this is not the first thing you tried. How did you decide, okay, I have
yeah.
to go all in with this?
Well, I've always been sort of an. I mean, I still too sometimes like get shiny object syndrome, but I've always been like an all-in dude. Like when I got this tattoo for the funnel hacker, from the funnel hack. I don't know if you can see it really on there, but I
Yeah, I
got
can
that
see.
before I ever got my first two comma. I got this as like a promise to myself. I do something good with ClickFunnels, and thank goodness I have. Rather than now, I've just got a tattoo that doesn't mean anything, but now it's great. So, that was the thing. I when I read .com Secrets, I was studying sales training. I was a personal trainer at the time, trying to figure out how to move my personal training brand online. And I was studying sales training from a guy named Adros Koulian, and one day he holds up his book, .com Secrets, from some dude, Russell Brunson. And he's like, "You got to read it." And your mentor tells you read a book, you read it.
Yeah.
So, um, I read it, and it just felt like, when have you ever seen the movie The Matrix, when Neo sees the Matrix for the first time and he's like, can see all the numbers, he's stopping the bullets. Like when I
Yeah.
read .com Secrets, that's how I felt. I'm like, webinars, upsells, funnels,
Mhm.
websites are dead. I'm like, this is the future. Funnels are going to be the future. This is the future. And I just went all in. I would literally spend between 6 to 8 hours a day, every day, in the ClickFunnels group, helping people out. Whenever anybody had a question about a funnel, I'd help them. I'd jump on a Zoom, whatever it took, because I look at it, it's one thing if I can teach myself funnels, but when I can teach somebody else, that's when true mastery comes into it. So I was like, boom, let me do this. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, after about 6 months of working in the group, helping people, this guy posts, Kevin David posts, I need help with my funnels. And everybody starts tagging me like, Jeff's the guy, Jeff's the guy, Jeff's the guy. So we tag it. he comes up to me. At that point, I was married. We were going through major money issues. Like my wife lost her job. We had no money. It was really bad, man. It got so bad we had to pawn our ring just even to pay rent. It was like her wedding ring. It was really bad. And then all of a sudden, thank God, this guy comes in and he's like, "Hey, I want you to make my funnels." And he's like, "I'll pay you $6,000." Which at that time, when you're broke, I'm like, "Yes, baby, we're rich now. We're getting your ring out of pawn. We're going out to dinner at Red Lobster." I'm like, "Woo, we are loaded." 6 grand
Mhm.
from when you're having to pawn your wife's ring is it's a lot of money. And we launched that funnel, and then that funnel at that time was the fastest anyone had done a million. It was 57 days. We did 1.2 million in 57 days. At that time, is the quickest anyone had done a million. That funnel went on to do 10 million in just under 18 months, and did 22 or 25 million altogether for the first funnel I built out. The next one I built out for him, he paid me a little bit more. He paid me like 10 grand for that one. That one took like 6 months to hit a million. It's
Mhm.
done like I think about 12 million altogether. The last funnel we launched did 1 million. It did 844K in 7 days, broke a million in 10 days, and has done like 5 or 7 million from that one. Um, but yeah, that was the thing. We've had several funnels have done a couple 100,000, that type of thing. But um, it was just me going all in and deciding that that was it and committing to it. I think right now one of the biggest things that a lot of entrepreneurs, it's so much opportunity for people out there, is they get so much shiny object. And the
Mhm.
problem is when you start doing something new, your brain, it feels like you're taking steps forward. Oh, look, I'm doing this new thing over here. I'm moving forward. I'm doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're really starting again at zero every time you start something new. So you got to stay focused. You got to stay on that one thing, pick that one thing, go all in on it, and focus on that, become the best at it. Because the worst thing you can do is become okay at a bunch of stuff but the master of nothing.
Wow. This is so, like this is very inspirational and also very educative. This is just like what people need to hear. Sometimes I'm so excited for this discussion we're having right now because of so many things that is going on. People are missing the real thing that they need to hear. When people see your success right now, they will start like thinking that maybe it's not real, or some people would say something like maybe you follow the easy path, but just look at the way you do it. You did it. You draw a tattoo, you tattooed click funnels. You know what I'm saying? You tattooed click funnels in your hand before you even made the first $1 million with click funnels. Okay. And this
I
is
was broke when I made that.
you
Yeah.
see, good. Someone is broke, struggling with family, and he has a tattoo of click funnels. So, which means that he didn't just want to learn funnel, but he put it in his heart as if like he opened his chest. I wish every other people can do it things this way, and I wish I myself would do it this way. This is so inspirational, and come on, your journey have been so amazing, and another thing that I want to kind of like point in based on what you just shared with us is what everyone needs to hear. And that is because you learn how to build funnel, you went on in
Mhm.
ClickFunnels group and start providing so much value inside ClickFunnels community. Start answering some questions, making sure that like you become the go-to when it comes in funnel inside ClickFunnels community. And that's exactly what and that's exactly how opportunity started coming, because when someone posts that they need help with their funnel, everyone in the group start tagging you in the ClickFunnels community. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is exactly like for those of you funnel builders or whatever you do that is watching us right now, this is just another strategy that you can, like start implementing, helping people without expecting anything in return. And then when they see someone who is looking for help in the thing that you know how to do, they will start recommending you. I learned this strategy, I think, from you back in 2022. There's one mini course that I took where you share stuff like this. And yeah, it was a great success for me also. And thank you so much once again for this. Okay.
I appreciate it, man. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's awesome.
Okay. So, and another question I would like to ask is that, it's not always easy, no matter how it is, even though, yeah, it's not always easy. So can you share with us some of the biggest challenge you face along the way and how you overcome them?
Well, I think some of the biggest challenges, um, after seeing so much success, not continuing down that path and looking at other shiny objects. Like, for instance, I was doing really well, and then NFTs came along, and everybody's like doing making millions with that. And I'm like, wow, dude, I can come over here and I can use my marketing skills and I can go over here. So that was a big mistake that probably cost me like 2 years of my life, like literally 2 years of my life just gone wasted. That who knows where I would have been now had I done that 2 years, instead of wasting it. But at the
Mm,
time, it seemed like the thing. I was getting bored, believe it or not, doing funnels because I was having so much success. It was so easy. I was just like, oh, I'm going to try something new. I want to be challenged. And that was one of the biggest mistakes was doing that. I lost a lot of money. I lost 2 years of my life basically. It lost focus on what I was doing, so that people would saw me one way, didn't see me as the funnel guy as much anymore because of that. So it's just it was a really big mistake. That was a big mistake. But yeah, I think that's just it. Is just not um staying focused on stuff. I've another thing, I've hired friends thinking friends are going to be good employees. Friends are usually not good employees, no matter how much you want to help them out. So
absolutely.
and always make sure everything's on a contract, whether it's not. I had a friend of mine, um, wind up we had a problem with a contract that I didn't make a contract with him, and it wound up costing me like $80,000. Like,
Wow.
yeah, thank goodness I was able to afford it. So, but still, it was like an $80,000 mistake just because I didn't outline what was expected in a contract from him, and because of that, he felt he was entitled to some money. It's a whole long story, but just
Yeah.
realize that contracts are good for both people, the one writing it and the person signing it as well. But yeah, I mean, there's been over the last 8 years so many different things that have made mistakes on different stuff.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is though is just to find your groove, stay in it, and stay focused, and figure out how you're going to help people. That's the other thing too. People try and come up with products and they don't have a problem that they're solving. Realize people pay to solve problems. Think about it this way. If you have a headache, a small problem, right? Not a big deal. It hurts a
Mm,
little bit. So if I offer you a pill that will fix it, what will you pay me? Well, maybe $5, $10. It's a small pill, small
mm-hmm,
headache.
mm-hmm.
Now, if you tell me you have cancer and I have a pill that I will give you, just we're typing hypothetical, and this pill, when you take it, will cure your cancer, how much will you pay for it? Millions. You'd pay
Millions. Yeah.
anything for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
realize the bigger the problem, the more you can charge. But if you don't have a problem, you can't charge. And it's too many
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, what's the problem you're solving? Where are the people that are going, hey, I need the solution? Boom. But in the other way, looking at it, there's a lot of time where people are yelling, we need a solution, we need a solution. No one's fixing it. So that's when your opportunity comes in, be able to stand from the outside and be like, hey, these people have a problem. I have a skill that can fix that problem. Let me design an offer that I can sell them to fix this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you're making money. It's really that simple, as crazy as it sounds. It's really that simple.
Perfect. Perfect. Wow. This is another great word from you. As they always say that experience is the best teacher, and I'm so excited because so many people are falling that same victim. And there is one thing that I used to tell everybody, especially most people I come across, I always encourage people to focus on one thing because if you're trying to switch, because maybe some people are telling you good thing about other opportunity, and you have been, this is exactly just something that it's related to what happens to you because you have been doing well with funnels. That's everyone knows you about that. You are doing very, very well with it. And then at some point you hear about NFT, okay? And then you switch from funnel to NFT, okay? And then what I used to tell people is this: anytime that you leave what you are doing, what you know and what they know you for and switch to a different thing, in that new thing, you become a beginner. You become a complete newbie. Okay?
Yep.
So not only that you become a newbie, but you started from scratch from there. Okay?
Yep.
And this is
Yep.
exactly, what happened. Okay, you left being a funnel pro and then become a complete beginner in NFT. And
Yeah.
as it may be, it didn't go the way you expected it. And
Not at all, man. It's been rough always coming back there. Even now, I'm still trying to figure out like what exactly I want to do coming back because I still love funnels and have a passion for that, and that's something I'm good at, but it's just not where my heart is like it was when I first started. You know, that fire that was there. That I was just like I
mhm,
woke up every day wanting to learn more about sales funnels and how to build them and how to market them and all that. And that passion's not there. It's I mean, I do have a new passion now that still evolves that, and we'll talk about later, but it's more the SaaS model and everything.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
evolved. I think it's evolved into something that's new. Um, just because it's hard to do the same thing for 8 years, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't want to because like it's such I don't want to be a hypocrite because like everybody I coach and I tell, I'm like, look, if you even if you're doing two things and you give them equal attention, each one's only getting 50%. 50% is not enough to make millions. You got to give it
Mm-hmm.
100%, you
Yeah,
know? So, I mean, I am 100% on what I'm doing now, but it's just, it's just like, I don't know, it's hard because it's just like, I think that time is sort of gone too, because when the upscale of ClickFunnels, when that was happening, there was a whole wave of people wanting to learn funnels and things
yeah,
like that. And there's not as much of a wave of that as much anymore. People are more advanced, I think it is, than they used to be.
yeah,
You know, it used to be the average person coming in didn't have a clue, and now they're way more advanced, the beginner,
yeah,
just
yeah,
because there's so much that's out there now.
yeah. There are so many alternatives of ClickFunnels. Like I know
Oh
different,
yeah.
different of it, and then yeah, that's it. Okay, so another question I would like to ask is, this time what people struggle with is just kind of like getting that business up and running and start seeing success. Okay, so from a $50 million perspective, okay, you know, what specific strategy or tactics did you find most effective in growing your online business to such a significant level?
You have to get your first win out of the way no matter what it is. Like if you're launching, let's just say a website business, you need to get your first website out there and doing well, even if it's moderate success, because then you can leverage that success. You can be like, look, over here, I did this, and
Mm-hmm.
then people will see it and they'll be like, oh, you've done this before. And then you get the next one and the next one. And then next thing you know, I've got 4 results and 8 results and 16, and it builds. But that's really where it is especially when you're first starting out, you got to have that one successful. So I think that's the thing that people, rather than focusing on getting a bunch of clients and selling them and then doing okay with it, like that's what most people do. Let's be honest, like especially with agencies and stuff, they're I'm just gonna you don't develop recurring revenue. So every time to make money, you got to go out and get a new client. You got to get a new client. So it makes it hard because you're constantly having to like build the funnel for them or do something differently. So it's really rough that way. I think that when it comes to beginners and first starting out, it's just really about getting that first win and then making sure you leverage that win to getting multiple success. That's the easiest way to do it is just to have some type of success and then tell people about it. There's nothing wrong with telling people about your success. A lot of
Yeah,
people that way, they're like, oh, I don't want to brag, I don't want to be this way. Dude, you're telling the truth. It's not like you're making stuff up. You're telling the truth. It's okay to tell the truth if the truth is you did good. Congratulations. Good job. Like leverage that. People want to hear about it. And that's the thing. And then the other way that people can get easy clients too, that's really big that people don't realize now. If you're really good at something, show people on like YouTube. Don't be afraid to give. This is one of the things people, I don't want to show them because we're going to learn.
mm-hmm.
guess what, man? Whatever you're doing, there's somebody out there that already knows it. You're not doing something for the first time, man. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
It's too much stuff has been done now.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to show people, because here's the deal. A, first of all, even if you know it and it's like the back of your hand, someone's going to see it for the first time and be like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe it. So you're educating them. That's great. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, the people that want to learn how to do it or want people, there's always going to be people that have money that don't want to learn how to do it. They want to pay somebody how to do it. So if they see
Yeah.
you doing it, they're just going to be like, you know what? I'll just pay this guy to do it. I don't need to learn how to do it. Plus, by you demonstrating how to do it live on like YouTube, it shows that you have a level of confidence in understanding that you know
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. So it's like an ad. People don't even realize by going out there and breaking down, let you say, oh, here's how you do a workflow in high level, boom, 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 boom. A lot of people are going to learn from it. They're going to do it on their own, but there's the other people are going to see and be like, that's amazing. I don't want to learn how to do it. I've got money. Let me pay this guy. It's double whammy. It builds your authority. It shows people you know what you're doing, as well as it's almost like a free ad. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like one of the biggest things people are starting out right now. You need to do video content of what you're doing, whether it's building funnels or uh, email whatever you're doing. You need to be doing video content of it because it's free ads. Realize on like social media, let's just say you get 10,000 people to see something you did. You back in the day, they paid tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to get that many people to see. You're getting it for free.
Yeah.
Use social media to your benefit.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. Wow. This is
Sorry,
so
hopefully I didn't go on too much of a tangent there, but
no, no, no. Like it's just I love the fact that you are just kind of like sharing exactly what people need to do, and yeah, I love it. So another thing that people struggle with this time and even before is building and maintaining an audience. It's a very important to build an audience for your online business. So were there any particular strategy or use to attract and retain customers in your business?
I mean, just basically just what we talked about. Actually, it
Yeah.
filters right in. That's the one thing I've been doing forever is just doing. I love to teach. I love to do videos on instruction. So
Mm,
whenever something new comes out, a new feature for high level, I'll do something or do instruction videos. I really find that that is the easiest way right now is to take advantage of social media. I've read your mind. I knew what question you're going to ask ahead of time.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah. I think you know psychology. You know exactly what people. Yeah. So, and what you just say here is what everyone needs to understand. So, like anything you know how to do, and you want to, uh, anything you know how to do, and you're trying to monetize that skills. The fastest way to get customer is to demonstrate what you do. You say that they can
100%.
start sharing about it on YouTube. They can start sharing about it on Facebook. That they should leverage social media. And yeah, um, that's
Oh,
just
it could be anything. You
yeah.
could be a pool cleaner. You could be showing people, okay, here's the acid mix on how I mix the chemicals for the pool. Look, here's a special technique. Like it could
Mhm.
be anything. And guess what? If people seeing you do that pool cleaning, somebody's going to be like, you know what? I need a pool cleaner. Look at this guy, and
Yeah.
they're going to hire you. I mean, it's like social media is free ads.
Yeah, and this is like I told you, when I took your course was when I was teaching people affiliate marketing, and the way I used to get clients is exactly what you said. I would go to different Facebook group. If someone asks question about affiliate marketing, I will make sure that I answer that question more than they will because I know my stuff. I know what I'm talking about. And when people see that the comment that I commented, they will be like, "Come on, where's this guy from?" The next thing you see that they will start DMing me, telling me different things, all those kind of things. And then yeah, take this advice from Jeff. This is from a $50 million perspective, not just $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So I recommend y'all to listen to this, take this advice, because it will make a lot of money. And yeah, okay. So
Right, Evan. I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, okay. You have all right. So another thing that I would like to ask is this. I'm very, very sure that you started the business by building with just one funnel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very sure that if I'm very sure that you can just kind of like be just building just one funnel and then you scale it to $20 million. Okay. So when it comes in the scaling from that $1 million, the first $1 million to $5 million, $10 million, $20 million and above, how did you scale it? What other offers or what are other things that you come out with? Yeah, stuff like that.
Unfortunately, I wish I could give you some magic thing. It's just really ads are where it comes in, man. Because it becomes a point where organic can't scale anymore, and you have to have paid traffic. I mean, that's really the first thing. I think that people don't do soon enough is move to ads. Once you've made your first 20 or 30 grand, you should be like 5,000 ads. You should be really, because that's the only thing that's like organic's great. I love organic. I love the ability that you can go out and do a video and be seen, blah, blah, blah. But you can't guarantee it. Like I can't do a video. I'm not Mr. Beast. I can't do a video and know I'm going to get 1,000,000 views or whatever, so it's hard to know. Where ads, once you get your ads rolling, you know that, hey, if I put $1,000 in, I'm going to get 3,000 back. If I put 10,000 in, I'm going to make 30 grand. It's something that's
Mhm.
scalable. So I think that's the biggest problem is people stay small because they're afraid to get into ads, because let's be honest, ads are hard, and if you don't find the right ads team, they'll just take your money and you won't get sales. It can happen. But
Mhm.
that's like the biggest thing, um is once you start making X amount of money, you got to start putting it back in your marketing, some type of marketing, whether it's massive email, something. But that's the thing, when people are solopreneurs, their biggest mistake is they stop marketing. So like, here's what will happen. They'll launch. They'll do really good. Not, maybe like, let's say they sell 30,000 and something, they do pretty good.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden they move from marketing to service. So now they're servicing those 30,000 they just sold, which they're doing a great job. They're helping the people they're providing everything. But what's not happening? Marketing. You're not
Mhm.
marketing anymore. You're servicing now. Then all of a sudden, all your money's ran out because you haven't been selling anymore because you've been helping these people. And now you get in like this panic or, oh, okay, I need to relaunch again. You have to figure out a way to have continuous income. That is the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs do, is they just go for the big sale. Oh, I'm going to make 10 grand. Well, that's great. You just made 10 grand. In a month from now and 2 months from now, if you haven't sold anything, that 10 grand goes away. You know what I mean? So that's one thing
Mhm.
people need to focus on, is getting reoccurring business when you're first starting out, developing packages that have a monthly follow-up or something, so every month you can have a certain amount and know that that certain amount is coming in. Because imagine the feeling of comfort where hey, no matter what, I know I got 10,000 coming in no matter what. And if I sell something, I'm going to make more, versus if I don't sell anything, I have nothing. And that's the worst feeling as an entrepreneur. You get in that survival flight mode where you're just like start getting scared. We've all
Mhm.
been there. We've all been there. So that's one thing I want people to take away from this. When you start thinking about your product, like we talked about earlier, when you start thinking about that problem you're fixing, how can you fix it on a reoccurring basis? How can you figure out something that's some type of continuity that you can add to it? Because dude, it makes the hardest business ever. Is every time you need money, you have to go out there and sell something. It's
Mhm.
rough. You've done it. We've all done it before.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rough. That's one thing I would tell anyone starting out. Think about even if you charge less up front, it's better to have some every month coming in versus you having to get it all now and then make it last a year or whatever. So,
Well, thank you so much for this advice because this is something that I think it's just like God sent me this information when I was, because there was an experience that I had at some point in my life that what saved me was that the monthly recurring income that comes in. Okay, because at some point when I was still back there in Nigeria, I decided, okay, as I'm making money, let me just move to Dubai. Dubai is quite expensive, and I just want to, like, because that time I don't even know what matters to me. I just want to live like all these other Instagram uh
sure.
gurus, stuff like that. So I moved to Dubai, and I was just living life, and I don't know what happened. Everything changed. I was,
Yeah.
like someone, I know myself that I can, if I say, okay, before this night turns off, I'm gonna make $1,000. I would do it. But as like things change, I'll find myself still like 1 week and I've never made money. I don't know what is happening with
Mhm.
my mindset. And I started going down. I started feeling, so low to the point that I can't see myself
Yep.
making anything. And it took me three
Oh, yeah.
months. It took me 3 months before I get back to my feet. Okay.
Yep.
And if it were not because of monthly recurring income that I was earning, that I set up,
Yep.
I would have, I would say, sorry to say this, but I would kind of like became homeless in a foreign country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this advice I give here is what many people will hold within themselves. But thank you so much for kind of like sharing it with other people in this interview. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So, I like another thing I would like to ask is when it comes in all these online stuffs, sometimes you know, you just kind of like feel like example that I gave you right now. Sometimes you find yourself you have been successful, you're you are succeeding, but at some point you started feeling low. Maybe someone said that what you are doing is not real, even though within yourself you know that it's real, and you start hearing
Yep.
many things that people are saying about you. You kind of like start feeling low. So during those time, how do you stay motivated? And kind of like just focus on exactly on what you're doing. How do you stay motivated during those times?
Well, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It can be hard, you know? I think the first thing you need to recognize is if you're getting haters, if people on the outside are, like, commenting on your posts and saying bad things or whatever, in a way, that's a good thing, because realize that all the people around you that are constantly saying yes, 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 and they're good, that's your echo chamber around you. But when you start getting your voice, your message, your everybody starts seeing past that echo chamber around you, there's gonna be people that are gonna disagree with you, and that's fine. But when you start seeing them, realize that you're getting more and more. So technically, the more haters you get, the better you're doing to some degree. Does that make sense? Like you're
Yeah.
getting out there more because that means people are starting to disagree with you. For every one hater you got 100 people that are like, yeah, you're the best or whatever. So realize that haters are a good thing, that you actually want. I mean, legitimately, if you're doing something bad and you're getting haters, that's a different story. But if you're just doing your thing and people are being hated, it's a good thing because that means
Mhm.
you're getting out past your your sphere of influence or your echo chamber. Um, but sometimes it's hard because when you're down in it and all you see is blackness around you, it's hard to see anything other than blackness around you.
Yeah.
um, that's really a tough one, man. You got to believe in
Yeah.
yourself. You
Yeah.
got to realize that nothing's going to be that bad forever. It's a really hard place. I've been there. I mean, when all that after the NFT stuff for like 2 years, man, it was really bad. Believe it or not, it was really, really bad. And yeah, sometimes it's just having people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself too. It was rough.
Mhm.
I wish I had some magic way of getting out of that, but it's just keep on keeping on and not giving up. I mean, that's the thing, no matter what. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's the thing, knowing that no matter how bad it gets, it's gonna eventually get better. And when you make it through that bad, you're gonna appreciate the good so much more. If you were just handed it, you wouldn't appreciate it anymore. So, and if you believe in God, you know, God will only give you what you can handle. So
Yeah.
that's something else to realize. Like, hey, if I'm in this situation, God wouldn't give it to me unless he thought I could deal with it. So deal with it, you know? And that's a lot of it. Sometimes it's just dealing with it. Life's not perfect. Life's not fair. No matter how good of a person you are, bad things happen to good people all the time, and bad people get away with bad stuff all the time. You know, life's not fair. So I think sort of realizing that and being a pre and it's this is gonna sound really cheesy, but just being grateful for what you have sometimes. Like it's easy to get caught up and be like, oh, I'm not making 10,000 or 100,000 or a million or whatever it is. But dude, you can walk. And there's people that can't and would give anything to be able to walk again. You can breathe, you can go outside, you have freedom. In America, whether people want to admit it or not, in America, they have so much opportunity to go out there and be successful. But yet people want to feel sorry for themselves. And don't get me wrong, I've done it. I've been there. Like I said, 2 years it was like that. But I think that's really it, is just sitting there. And every time you're feeling down, you're feeling like, oh man, blah, 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 life sucks. Look at the stuff you have. You have an opportunity to even make things
Yeah.
better. If you die, it's no more chances. It's over.
Yeah.
So I think really the greatest thing you can do, which is sometimes the hardest thing, is just being grateful for the things that you have.
Wow.
Because somebody would give anything to have that, man. Your health right now, the fact that you're healthy sitting here. I know my one of my best friends, her mom has cancer. She would do anything to trade places with you right now. So be appreciative for what you got, your health, your family, your loved ones, the chances of more opportunity. That's what you really need to realize. You have chances of opportunity. Opportunity doesn't stop unless you allow it to stop. So that's really it, man. Is just don't give up. Because when you give up, it's over.
Wow. Come on. This is the best advice so far for this year. And I appreciate you for this. Honestly, I really appreciate because so many people have so many people are going through a lot of things and you know I'm so happy the way you open up things, because some people will not tell you about the rough side of their life, but you just kind of like share to because the story what you have shared with us so far have been a great lesson for anyone who is paying attention. And yeah, like you said, no one have ever have it all figured out. We're all, you know, we face challenges every day. And but when it
Yep.
comes, all we have to do is just uh stay motivated and always focus on the good part of our life. That's just be grateful for the part of our life that is going well. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of
Really
course, man.
great. All right. So, you know, this time, a lot of people are getting into online business. Some people are starting out, some people are just trying to figure out their way to get to the top.
Hmm.
Okay. So, and I'm a fan of because I'm a fan of skills. You know,
Right.
no matter any opportunity that comes out in the online space, I believe that what will actually make people money online is the skills that they have. Okay. So
100%.
from your perspective, from your $50 million perspective, what are
Right.
the skills that you like? What are the skills that you think that someone will need? The skill that will play a big role to help someone from zero to $10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 to millions. What are the skills
Right.
that you need?
I tell you what, man, I don't want to sound like cheesy or jumping on bandwagon, but if you understand artificial intelligence or AI right now, that's the place to go, man. Right now, you got to think, what was it, we're in 2020, November 2022 was when ChatGPT was released.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't even a job called a prompt engineer back then. And now if you go look on like what is it like Indeed or any of these job sites, prompt engineers are starting at 80 to $100,000 a year. That job didn't even exist a year and a half ago, and now people are starting at 100K. So really, right now, people need to realize that artificial intelligence (AI) is just a tool, like a funnel is just a
Mm,
tool. It's learning how to use that tool for whatever your job is to make those problems we talked about easier or go away. And if you can do that, there's so much money to be made in AI right now. There's literally these tech guys are throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at AI. And here's what people don't realize. Unlike stuff like NFTs that people didn't understand, didn't take off, AI is going to be everywhere, whether you like it or not. You've got Google, Microsoft, Facebook, you've got billion-dollar companies putting money behind it. They're going to make it happen, whether you want it to or not. So that's the biggest thing I would say right now is figure out how you can do whatever you're good at, what your niche is, whatever you understand, you figure out how you can solve a problem using AI and you'll make millions. Like no joke. It's the that it I know people always crypto all that fuck all that excuse my language but forget all that stuff. AI is going to change everything. AI is going to solve cancer. AI is going to solve cancer. It's going to change everything, man. So that is the thing right now is understanding AI as a tool, understanding how to use that tool to solve a problem and whatever your niche is, and you're good, man. It's that easy.
wow, that's nice. Come on. You're not the only person that's saying this, and when one or two people can be wrong, but when 5, 10, 50 people say the same thing, I think you have to ask yourself a question. And there's one thing that I always ask people. I always tell people. I used to say that one thing that you need to understand in this universe is that it's always becoming. You know something? It's always becoming. The world begins according to theory of evolution. They say that the world begins with the cavemen who survive with hunting and gathering. Then they come to agricultural revolution, from agriculture to industrial. And during those
Right.
industrial, that's when everyone kind of like be trying to fit in, get the job, good on all those kind of things. That's when the 9 to 5 stuffs are in. But right now, I think what everyone needs to understand is that we are in the kind of like we are at the technology
We
and
are.
yeah, the technology
We're in a
and the
technology AI revolution right
AI
now. It
revolution.
is. It's just
Yeah,
like the industrial revolution. It's
yeah,
happening, man.
yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. And what I think anyone should do, like you have said, you know, AI is the future. And the best thing you can do for yourself is don't be static. Okay, just like what you have tell everyone.
Right. Start acting.
Don't be static. Okay, because as the world is becoming, you also have to be becoming. Anything that
Right.
nature made doesn't stop. It always evolve. And according to what you say, everyone should learn how to use AI, and then how AI works. That's a great
Well,
share.
even for funnels, like there, if you go to Wix, they have a website builder where you can talk to the AI and it makes your website. Within a year to 2 years from now, you'll be able to go in, tell AI who your dream customer, here's my product, here's how I want to market to it, and it will make your entire funnels. It will write your emails, it will design your copy, it will make your images. Like funnel building is going to change forever in the next couple of years. It's not going to ever be the same because AI is going to do it for us. So it's better to understand that that's a future than to try and live in the past, because if not, you're going to look around and you're going to be like, what is this thing? How is it working? And everything's going to be working around you and you're not going to understand it. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be this guy that's like, I'm just telling you, this is the future. AI is the future of everything. It's going to be
Yeah,
part of everything we do.
it's already like I
It
think
is. It
it's
already
always
is.
yeah,
It's
it's already
crazy.
and
It's taken off, man. It's hit an exponential growth curve where it's like, look at Sora, the video that came out, where 8 months ago you had freaking Will Smith eating spaghetti, looking all crazy, and now you look at that Sora that just came out. You can't tell that that's not AI. You can't. It looks like real video, and that's just in 8 months. Imagine what in another 8 months it's going to be like. If 6 months,
mm, wow, that's cool. I think why some people are not where they want to be is because they don't have the information. Okay, and right
Sure.
now you have revealed the like you have given everyone free information at no cost. I think if you don't get where you want to be in the next 5 years or in the next 6 years or in the next 1 year, it's because you don't know exactly, you don't believe in what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And the people that succeed are the people
Mhm.
who see the way the world is going and then align themselves with the flow of the universe. So right now, the best thing I think, according to Jeff, anyone can should do is to start learning AI, learn everything about AI, and yeah, he gave us all the big pictures of what AI can do and what you can do with AI. So if you want to stay on top of your game, your business, online business, make sure that you master AI. Okay, so
Well, and one more thing, Evan.
okay.
Another trick that people need to realize is that every time you make another zero, you're a different person. So when you go from making your first 10 grand to making your first 100,000 to making your first million, every time you become a different person. Like the person you are when you make your first 100 grand is not doing the same things when you make your first 10,000, which isn't doing the same things when you're making your first million. So what you need to do is realize, what are you going to look like when you're at that stage, and start doing those things now so you can become that person instead of waiting till you get to that stage and then trying to do those things now, because if you do that, it will never happen, because that's not how it works. No one,
Mm,
very few people are really overnight successes. It's that 5 years of working and now finally it worked out that they got there. But if they weren't prepping themselves, building themselves up so when that stage hit that they could handle it, they stay down at that lower level forever. So just realize you got to realize where you want to be and start doing things now to get you there versus waiting till you get there and then start doing those things.
Come on. This is this is class. This is class. I love this. So another question that I would like to ask, I should have asked this question earlier, but it just come to my mind
Sure.
right now. Okay. And that question is this, so many people this time on the internet, they have something to sell. Okay,
Uh-huh.
everyone has something to sell, but out of 100% of people that have something to sell, I can tell you that it's only 10% of people, 10% of them are actually selling the thing that they have. Okay, so and I realize that what is stopping most people from getting sales or getting results in their business is they don't understand marketing. And the side of marketing that they don't understand is to know exactly whom their customer is, how to find
100%.
them, and then kind of like how to get in front of them. So if it were you
Mhm.
right now who have a new offer and you just have to take this offer to $10,000 per month, let it be affiliate marketing offer because all offer is the same. All product is the same because we're all selling to people. So how are you going to market that product to get to that first $10,000?
Yeah, your first 10, 20, or 30 grand should all be done organically. It should all be because here's the deal. If you can't sell or online, throwing money at it is not going to make people decide to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to work on your offer, your pitch, your structure, your pricing, whatever it is. If you can't sell to online to people organically, like hey, guess what? I got this, check it out. It's not going to sell by running ads to it. So that's the first thing I always tell people. Your first
Mm-hmm.
10, 20, 30,000 should be online. And then you start running ads at that point and start growing from there. Because, like I said, if you can't sell online, throwing 5 grand at it to run ads is just going to get more people telling you they're not interested in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, when it comes in the putting the product out there in the market, how do you
Mhm.
define your customers? I think, yeah, because that's the key thing in marketing. So I'm saying, knowing the person that you're selling to, how can you explain marketing, in a simple way for people to really understand it? I know I'm asking so much right now, but I just want
Yeah,
this.
no, I think you're right. I mean, that's the biggest problem I run into people is they don't know who their dream customer is. They don't
Yeah.
know what their wants, their desires. You have to know your customer. What keeps them up in bed at night? What are they can't go to sleep because they're thinking about it so much? Because when you know that type of stuff, that's the stuff that you can put in your sales copy to make the purchase happen. Because realize 80% of all purchases are emotional based. So if you can't get somebody emotionally to be like, yes, I need this, I want it, I got to have it, they're never going to buy it. So I think that's really the key is um figuring out what your dream customer is, what their main problems are, and like I talked about earlier, how you can solve those problems in relation to what you're offering. It's
Mm-hmm.
you but you need to know, I mean, like, even the fact, like, does your dream customer have kids or not? The person that's single versus the person who's married or has kids is going to have different pain points, is going to have different stuff that's going to work, that's going to drive them. So that alone can be enough to know, hey, I need to write this way or say that this way or show it this way. And if you don't know that type of stuff, how are you going to know? So that's the biggest thing. You got to know your dream customers inside and out. It's the number one thing I tell everybody I work with. I ask them, who's your dream customer? And if they say everybody, I'm saying you're wrong. Because that's like someone that goes, oh, I sell bottled water. Okay, that's great. Everybody drinks water, but
Mm-hmm.
only a certain amount of people will actually spend money on bottled water. I'm one of those people that I'll go to the store, I'll buy bottled water, but this guy walking down the street, he might not be. So to market, hey, buy water to a guy who doesn't buy water is not knowing your dream customer. You
Yeah.
know, simple as that. You can't sell to everybody. You have to have a marketing message.
Wow. Thank you so much for this. This is exactly what people
Yeah,
need.
of course.
It's exactly what people need. Right. So I know, uh, uh, even earlier, even like a few years ago, I already know you as someone who come up with new
Mhm.
things, new strategy. You predict where things is going. So, can you share with us your upcoming project or venture, like you're excited about, and how you plan to continue your success in this online space?
Yeah. I'm still basically doing everything I do, create funnel ecosystems, but now we've tied it into high level and creating a SaaS out of it, which is the SaaS is selling software as a service, is what
Right.
SaaS stands for,
Yeah.
selling software as a service. Um, so what we're doing now is we're taking, for instance, like we're working with some roofers, we're taking, again, knowing their dream customer, knowing their customer journey, what's it like from the first time they engage, whether it's a lead magnet or ad or whatever, to where they book a call, to all that type of stuff, and we're automating all that. So we're creating a whole funnel ecosystem that now runs off of that. So we were creating their funnels for the booking, their calendar, their sales page, all that type of stuff. But we're basically doing it on a SaaS level for a high level so that people can white label it, which means they can put their own label on it and resell it to people as their own. So and now we're
Mm.
working. I'm going to get like 5 people that I'm going to partner with, help them launch their SaaS for people that have like a big following or big list and want to do the tech
Mhm.
part of it, but don't know how to do it. We're now doing that, as well as I'm teaching people how to be able to do. It comes with AI chatbots, voice AI, all that type of stuff as well.
Come on. This is class. Love this. This is also
Pretty
exciting.
exciting, man.
Yeah, very
It is
exciting.
really exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. I love this. Love this. So you put on go high level. I think
Uh,
yeah, you have go high level at the head, you have it at the chest. I don't know. Maybe you have the
yeah.
tattoo also. So
No, no tattoo. There probably won't ever be a tattoo for high level. It's a different time, different world,
okay,
for
cool.
sure.
So tell us about go high level.
I love ClickFunnels. I love Russell. I love the ClickFunnels community, but I just feel like that, um, ClickFunnels is a tool, just like AI is a tool.
Hmm.
And right now, the best tool for that job is high level. They're coming out literally every day. They come out with between 2 to 5 new updates. We're like, hey, we just did this. We just did this. It's amazing. Like they just came out with yesterday or a couple days ago, to where now if you have somebody comment on your post, you can send them a message in Messenger and automate and make all this stuff happen. I mean, like people don't understand the amount of automation and stuff you can do with high level. It's just amazing. I love it so much. It literally
Mm.
sparked me again. I wake up, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to build in it. I'm just so it makes me feel like when I first started making funnels again. It's so exciting, man. It's so exciting. And
Love
any
that.
business that if you get leads, make sales, track your customers, you can use high level. You should be using high level. You need to automate those processes, your follow up, making just something as simple as once you're done working with somebody, asking them for a review. How many reviews do you have? Most people are like, none, very little. We can automate that so that now everybody, once they're done, they're getting automated messages. Hey, leave us a review, do this, blah, blah, blah. Something as simple as that can totally change your business.
Wow. This is I think go high level have it all. You know, I
Yeah,
have seen it, and
it
I
really
have
does.
seen, yeah, all these people who are so many people are using high level. You know, I think so many people have uh work with that, and they are all using high level. And like you said, high level is more advanced than any other funnel building platform. I think not only funnel building, but it's all I can say like it's A to Z marketing automations and the marketing and sales automations. And yeah, it's a great one. Thank you so much for giving us more insight about high level and how it can help anyone. Okay. So another question I would like to ask is with the abundance, like so many information available online this time, because you might see someone struggling to make $1,000, and then in the next 2 days, that same person is trying to help other people make their first $1,000 or
Oh
$10,000.
yeah, for
And
sure,
that's
sure,
exactly
sure,
what have created so many gurus, so many. I'm not going to
sure.
say anyone. Yeah, but yeah, that's just it. So, with the abundance of information available online right now, how do you distinguish between the genuine advice and the misinformation when it comes to growing an online business?
I don't know, man. I don't really follow too many other people like that. But it's hard because like you don't know. Like, I mean, it's really hard because um it all seems legit. So I don't know. I really don't have an answer for that, unfortunately. It's research, making sure talking to people that have gone through it before, customer reviews, finding out people who have experienced it. I mean, that's really
Mhm.
all you can do because there's so much, like, you can make a funnel say anything, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think really that's it, is you got to do research. Don't just buy stuff at face value and expect that everything you see, especially now, that's one of the problems. As much as AI is amazing, it's also one of the problems with everything is you can fake so much stuff with AI now, you know? So like for the
Mm,
presidential election coming out, there's going to be so much bad information out there. It's going to be wild. So I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for that one. It's tough, but I think just research, doing your due diligence, asking people about it. Don't just take anything on face value. You know, you got to, like, if they say they've had all these people, then go talk to the people that bought the course. Find out if they like it. You know, or whatever it is. But that's really it. You can't take any images or anything at face value. You got to do research.
well, you say that you don't have answer for this and you have answered everything. So excited. So yeah, this is so nice. And yeah, that's cool. So, what are some red flags or warning sign that people should be aware of, you know, to avoid falling victim of online scam or misleading information in their entrepreneurial journey?
And there's so much. It's really, I mean, you know, when you get sent an email, check to see what the website is. Check to see the email address. Make sure that you know, everything is legit on it. It's really, there's so much for something like that.
Right. Thank you so much.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
What's going on, guys? Evan here, and I hope you're enjoying this interview. Personally, I have learned so many things just from this one single interview, and I'm sure that you too have learned so many things from this interview. As you can see today, we have limited time with Jeffrey, but he promised us that he's going to come back next time so that we will continue from where we stopped. So if you want to know when Jeffrey will be back in the channel, and make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you will know anytime that we upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next show.